Money is not the goal, it's the result. It's the echo of your mastery. People who chase money burn out fast because their motivation is fragile. It's built on greed, not greatness. They work hard for a while, and when the reward doesn't come quickly, they quit. But those who chase mastery have infinite fuel because their fire comes from within. They don't work for the prize, they work for perfection. They understand that mastery is a long game. It demands patience, repetition, humility, and the courage to fail again and again until precision becomes instinct. That's where the magic happens. When your skill becomes effortless through relentless practice, the world begins to notice. The greatest creators, athletes, leaders, and innovators all had one thing in common: obsession with mastery. They weren't counting money, they were counting progress. They lived in the process, not the prize. And because they poured their souls into what they did, money eventually became a shadow that followed their excellence. When you give the world something rare, exceptional service, extraordinary skill, an unshakable standard, people will line up to pay for it. The richest people aren't. Those who demanded wealth, they're the ones who created undeniable value. Stop trying to get paid fast. Start trying to become better fast. If you want to change your financial reality, change your skill level. Every dollar is an exchange for value, and the more valuable you become, the more effortlessly wealth flows toward you. The problem is, most people want to get paid like a master before they've trained like one. They want the reward without the refinement. They want the spotlight without the grind that earns it. But the path to mastery is paved with discipline, patience, and years of unseen effort. You must learn to fall in love with the process of becoming great. You have to be willing to practice in silence, to improve in isolation, to repeat until the repetition itself becomes art. The world pays the best, not the loudest, not the flashiest, not the fastest, but the best. And becoming the best is not a matter of time, it's a matter of focus. If you give your full energy to mastery, distractions lose their grip. You stop comparing yourself to others because you're too busy competing with your own potential. Mastery transforms you from a seeker into a creator. The one chasing money always asks, "What can I get?" But the one chasing mastery asks, "What can I build? What can I give? What can I improve?" That shift in mindset is everything, because when you pour value into others, the universe repays you tenfold. The more people you serve with excellence, the more abundance you attract. It's not a theory, it's law. You can't outgrow your level of mastery. If you want a bigger income, you need a bigger skill set. The road to mastery will test you. It will demand consistency when excitement fades. It will ask you to repeat the same moves, the same habits, the same small disciplines until they become perfect. It will humiliate you with failure and mock you with slow results. But that's how it works. Each failure teaches precision. Each repetition builds muscle memory. Each day of commitment separates you from the masses. The people who quit early never reach mastery because they mistake repetition for stagnation. But repetition is where greatness hides. Don't be fooled by the illusion of shortcuts. Fast money fades faster than it comes. Easy success collapses because it has no foundation. But mastery, that's eternal. It's the kind of wealth that can't be stolen, taxed, or destroyed. When you own a skill, you own freedom. You can rebuild from nothing because your value lives inside you. You carry your wealth in your ability, in your mindset, in your results. That's what makes mastery the ultimate power. And here's the truth most people avoid. Mastery demands obsession. You can't half love your craft and expect to rise. You must give it your time, your attention, your soul. You must study it, live it, breathe it until it becomes part of you. The world rewards those who take their work personally, who bring excellence to everything they touch. When your work becomes your signature, your worth skyrockets. Money will always be the shadow of value. Chase the shadow, and you'll never catch it. Stand in the light of mastery, and the shadow follows wherever you go. So stop thinking in terms of getting rich. Start thinking in terms of getting great. Focus on becoming the person who can't be ignored, the one who delivers results with precision, who leads with excellence, who builds with pride. Because when you master your craft, You no longer chase opportunities. Opportunities chase you. You no longer hope for success. Success becomes the only outcome. Money follows value, and value is built through mastery. So don't chase the paper, chase the power. Become the kind of person whose skill speaks louder than their words. The world always pays its masters, not because they asked, but because they earned it. Your environment shapes your standards. Choose powerful circles. The people you surround yourself with determine how far you go, how big you dream, and how much you demand of yourself. You can't expect to live a powerful life while keeping weak company. You can't expect to think like a winner when everyone around you settles for less. Energy is contagious, and so is mediocrity. The moment you step into an environment of complacency, your fire starts to dim. But when you surround yourself with people who are hungry, disciplined, and driven, your standards rise automatically. You start to think differently, move differently, and live differently. Your circle defines your ceiling. If you want to grow, raise the room you're standing in. Average people build comfort zones. Extraordinary people build pressure zones, spaces where excellence is the baseline, not the exception. You need people who challenge your excuses, not those who echo them. You need people who demand your greatness, not your comfort. A powerful circle won't let you drift into laziness. They will question your decisions, test your limits, and force you to evolve. It's uncomfortable at first, but that's the price of growth. If the people around you aren't inspiring you to become more, they're slowly convincing you to settle for less. Your environment is either feeding your growth or poisoning your potential. Every conversation you have, every attitude you absorb, every mindset you witness, it's shaping you. You start to mirror the people you spend time with. If you stay around gossip, you'll start talking instead of building. If you stay around dreamers who don't act, you'll start imagining instead of executing. But if you stay around warriors, you'll start fighting for your vision like your life depends on it. That's the power of association. It rewires your mind without you noticing. You must become intentional about who gets access to your mind. Protect your energy like it's your greatest asset, because it is. Every time you allow negativity into your space, you're giving away your focus, your drive, your power. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, not people. People who read, create, and execute. People who remind you that greatness is possible, not those who convince you it's unrealistic. A powerful circle sharpens your mind the same way steel sharpens steel, through friction, through challenge, through accountability. There's a reason why winners tend to cluster together. They understand that excellence requires environment. You can't maintain a champion's mindset in a circle of quitters. You can't think abundance when you're surrounded by scarcity. If you walk with people who tolerate excuses, soon you'll make them too. But if you walk with people who expect results, you'll start producing them. Elevation requires elimination. You must have the courage to outgrow those who refuse to grow with you. Letting go isn't betrayal, it's survival. You can't carry dead weight to your destiny. Sometimes the most powerful decision you'll ever make is to walk away from people who keep you small, not because you're better than them, but because you refuse to stay where you no longer belong. Growth demands separation. You must choose between fitting in and leveling up. You can't do both. When you start walking the path of discipline and ambition, not everyone will understand. Some will mock your focus. Others will question your intensity. Let them. Their opinions can't feed your purpose. Surround yourself instead with those who clap when you win and correct you when you slip. The right environment will pull greatness out of you even when you doubt yourself. A single conversation with the right person can reignite your purpose, shift your perspective, and remind you of who you are. But the wrong environment will do the opposite. It will drain your drive, dull your ambition, and convince you to shrink your vision to fit their comfort. You must constantly audit your circle. Who adds energy, who drains it, who pushes you forward, and who pulls you back. Be brutally honest, because your future depends on those answers. Your standards are a reflection of your surroundings. If everyone around you settles for mediocrity, excellence will feel excessive. But when you're surrounded by greatness, mediocrity becomes intolerable. That's why proximity matters more than motivation. You can listen to all the motivational speeches in the world, but if you return to a circle of weakness, your energy will evaporate. Surround yourself with people whose presence makes laziness feel uncomfortable. That's how you build unstoppable momentum. Understand this. You don't have to be the smartest, fastest, or strongest person in your circle, but you should never be the most comfortable one. If you're the sharpest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Find people who make you feel like you have more to learn, more to prove, more to give. Iron sharpens iron, but only if you're willing to step into the forge. The right circle won't let you stagnate. They'll demand your evolution every single day. And when you start building your own powerful circle, don't just look for success, look for character. Surround yourself with people who are disciplined when no one's watching, loyal when things go wrong, and humble when things go right. Those are the ones who keep your values aligned with your vision. Because success without integrity collapses, but success built on strong character lasts forever. Never underestimate the power of environment. It's the unseen hand that molds your habits, your mindset, your destiny. Choose wisely who walks beside you. Choose people who remind you of where you're going, not those who tempt you back to where you've been. Because if you stay too long in small places, your greatness will suffocate. But if you rise among giants, your standards will elevate until excellence becomes your normal. Your environment is your mirror. It reflects your future. Choose one that forces you to grow, one that demands your best, one that makes your excuses impossible to live with. Build your circle like you build your dream, carefully, deliberately, and with conviction. Because the moment you surround yourself with powerful minds, powerful actions will follow. And when that happens, success becomes not a question of if, but a certainty of when. Learn to think beyond problems, see opportunities where others quit. The world is full of people who stop at the first obstacle, who fold under pressure, who retreat the moment things get hard. But the ones who rise, the ones who build legacies, are those who train their minds to see beyond the struggle. Problems are not roadblocks. They are raw material for greatness. Every challenge you face carries within it the seed of something powerful, but only those who look deeper, think wider, and persist longer ever uncover it. Your ability to think beyond problems determines how far you go in life. The average mind sees difficulty and stops. The extraordinary mind sees the same difficulty and asks, what can I learn? What can I build? How can I grow from this? Every problem is a mirror, reflecting your potential for growth. Life will keep testing you until you develop the vision to turn pain into purpose. When everyone else is complaining, your advantage lies in staying calm, thinking clearly, and searching for the hidden opportunity inside the chaos. Most people panic when faced with problems because they see endings, but those who succeed see beginnings. Every problem is a disguised opportunity, a doorway to a higher level of understanding, creativity, and strength. When you stop reacting and start thinking, you shift from victim to creator. That's the mindset that changes everything. Understand that your mind is the most powerful tool you have. If you train it to focus on obstacles, it will find reasons to fail. If you train it to focus on possibilities, it will find ways to win. Perspective is everything. The same storm that drowns the unprepared lifts the prepared. It's not about what happens to you, it's about how you see what happens to you. When you shift your mindset from why me to what's next, you stop being controlled by the problem and start controlling your response. That's where power begins, in perspective. The people who change the world are not those who live without problems. They are those who looked at impossible situations and refused to see limits. The greatest inventions, businesses, and ideas were born in times of difficulty. When others saw crisis, they saw opportunity. When others saw destruction, they saw potential. History belongs to those who refused to stop at the wall, who decided to build a door instead. The difference between the ordinary and the great is not intelligence or luck. It's perception. Greatness is the ability to stay curious when everyone else gives up. The next time you face a setback, don't curse it, dissect it. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What weakness is it exposing? What skill is it forcing me to develop? Problems don't come to destroy you. They come to prepare you. Every challenge sharpens your mind, strengthens your resilience, and builds your wisdom, if you let it. Most people quit too early because they only see the pain. But pain is not punishment, it's instruction. It's a signal that you're being stretched to meet a greater version of yourself.